Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. We are out here at the range. It is a beautiful Sunday morning and we are doing some testing using my Sig P229 DAK. You might say, well, there's nothing special about a Sig P229 DAK. You're kind of right, but you're kind of wrong. This one shoots 9, 40, and 357 Sig. Let's get to testing. Well, if you've been watching the channel for a little bit, you know that I have recently gotten involved with the 357 Sig caliber, and I really like it. I feel that it is an awesome round. But how does it compare to some of the other rounds out there? Mainly its counterparts that I can shoot out of this firearm, and that's 9, 40, and 357 Sig. I did a test with the Spear Gold Dot, and this is just a follow-up test. Which caliber is better out of here? We're going to find out. We're going to put 5 rounds through the chronograph, and then we'll do the gel test with each one. We're going to start with 9, 40, and say 357 Sig for the end. Yeah, well, I forgot the SD card for my regular camera, so I'm filming on my cell phone. There are a lot of people shooting around. We're going to try and do the best that we can. Let's get started. I brought 115 grain, but I'm actually going to use 124 grain. I made a mistake. I grabbed that one first, and then I grabbed this one second. It's actually factory blemished ammo, but it shoots just fine. I bought a bunch of this a while ago when it went on sale, and just have a bunch left in the closet. But 124 grain 9mm, 165 grain 40, 125 grain 357 Sig. You can see that's the 357 Sig compared to the 40, compared to the 9. And then there's the 3 rounds right next to one another. You can see the overall size of the 40, but that 357 Sig packs quite the punch. Which one's going to do better? Let's find out. All right, being that I only have this camera and the GoPro, I'm just going to call out the speeds and then we'll get an average at the end. This is the 9mm 124 grain. .1014, 989, 1006, 986, 1006. So we had 2 1006, 2 980, one 986, and then one was 984, and then one was 1016. So I think our average was right around 1,000 feet per second. Let's load up the 40, see how that does. I'm still getting to know this chronograph, and I need to learn it for when I do some long range stuff, but you can go through the string and get the low and the high and then the average. What was the average? 1,000. Yay for math. Interestingly enough, this 9mm that I just shot was rated at 1165 feet per second, and that only got 1,000 feet per second. So that's 165 feet per second less, which is, you know, a good 15 to 18% less than advertised. So something to keep in mind. This is Sig 40, 165 grain. This is rated at 1090 feet per second. Let's see how slow this is. If it's along the same lines, I expect it to be about 960, 975 feet per second. 1014, 992, 101. I don't know what happened. It didn't pick up the last 2. It's like it froze a little bit. So we're just gonna put 2 more rounds through. I changed the string. It was 1014, 992, and 1001. So we'll see what we can get to. .997 and 1012. So 1001, 992, 1001, 987, and 1012. So again, right around 1,000 feet per second. So 9 and 40, same speed, but the 40 is going to be larger. How will that translate into the gel? I don't know. But we've got 357 Sig to test out. Let's load those up. Okay, 9 and 40, both traveling around 1,000 feet per second. This is 125 grain 357 Sig. On the box, it's saying 1356 feet per second. I anticipate this to be faster than both of those rounds. How fast? Let's find out. $13.49, $13.17, $13.29, $13.17, duplicate, $13.17. So that averages out to $13.25. Pretty interesting stuff. So that's traveling 325 feet per second faster than the 9mm and the 40, but the 40's larger. How is this all going to translate to the gel? Well, luckily I've got a fresh block of gel. Let's go find out. Got the block set up brand new. I'm going to have this view and then the GoPro over there, just so I can get this view versus me actually just shooting the block. This is the 9mm round. Solid hit. Oh wow, that went all the way through. Well, nothing like ruining a fresh block. Entry was right here, but it went right through. I think I was just too close. So I'm gonna do this again, step back. This is still 9mm. A little low. But again, right through, holy cow. All right, I'm not wasting it anymore. Let's move on to 40. Honestly, I'm kind of shocked at that. Two of them went right through 124 grain. So we're gonna shoot the 40 and see what happens. Yes, before you comment, I wish I had another block back there, but I don't. I didn't think that that was gonna happen. All right, that 40, that was a good hit right there. That should show up pretty well on the slow-mo. That was probably about 13 inches of penetration. Let's load up the 357 Sig and conclude this test. Well, things don't always go to plan. That one went that way, this one went that way, the 9mm went right through. Let's keep going. All right. We are not having much luck. That way, and then low. Gosh, just wasting my ammo. Oh, I think we finally did it. Oh wow, that went all the way to the end. Let me show you that one. That almost... Where is it? Oh, there it is. Almost came out. That is... Oh, hey, look at this. It kind of did. It saves me the trouble of getting that one out. So that's your 357 Sig there. That's 16 inches of penetration. God, that's nice. All right, let's do a little recap. We are back at the house and it is recap time. Just a couple of things right off the bat. One, I did not have a good day shooting, but I like to put some of that stuff in these videos just to show you that I am not perfect. Nowhere near perfect. Just trying my best, just a random guy on YouTube. I know that people will make comments about having a layer of clothing in front of the gel, and it's something that I'm going to get to. I'm going to build a little contraption so it's not as awkward as the other time I did it. So that's going to come in the near future. Just going to put something together with some extra wood and screws that I have laying around the house. And number two, to B, I need to remember to bring a second block of gel. It totally skipped my mind. I really did not anticipate these rounds going through. And I forgot the SD card on this camera, so I only had the limited camera angles. I'm sorry. But on to the rounds. Sig V-Crown. Sig makes a good round. Definitely one of the more reputable ammo companies out there, firearm companies. I was really surprised that the 9mm went right through. I think the first time I was a little too close. I didn't really walk it off, but the second time I was definitely about 7 yards, which is your average distance of a self-defense situation. So it was about 7 yards, and this 124 grain went right through. Was it because it was factory blemished? I don't think so. I've done the Sig tests before with this V-Crown, and I've had fine results, so I don't really know what was up with that, but 2 rounds went right through the gel. The more that I shoot 40, the more that I think that it's bad rap, short and weak, is, I don't know, it's just the haters, I guess, because every time that I've shot 40, it has produced pretty impressive results. This round, and I'll kind of overlay because the camera doesn't focus very well, the 40 is a solid round. It's a solid choice, and it's large. It's not as large as the 45. It's not as small as the 9mm. It's just that perfect median where you can get capacity with power. I mean, that's the best way to do it, to describe it. And it really gets a bad rap, but it's performed admirably in all of the tests that I've done so far. But then the more that I shoot 357 Sig, the more that I can conclude that it is severely underrated and underappreciated, because it is really a fantastic round. This one, the petals of the round folded all the way back to the base of the projectile, really even flowering out, and it's traveling at 13.25 feet per second. The 40 got about 13 inches of penetration, and then the 357 Sig went right to the edge. You saw it, it was popping out the bottom. So really impressive round. I did another test with another brand, 9, 40, and 357 Sig. That'll come out in a couple of days. I wanted to do the Federal HSTs because that is what most people want to see overall. But when I went to test that this weekend, I realized I don't have Federal HST in 40, so I could not do the test. That was just a boneheaded mistake. So more tests coming in the near future. That's going to do it for this one. Like and subscribe. Leave a comment in the comment section below. We'll see you in the next video.